What's good, everybody? Welcome to Candid Convos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe on deck. We got Vince on deck. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, y'all? Happy
Hello, hello,
Wednesday.
hello.
What's going on? What's going on with you, man? I think I heard another Happy Wednesday in there. Was that what I heard?
That's what we do. Wednesday. We halfway through. We halfway through.
It's all good. It's all good. I guess that this hump day, I guess that's what they call it.
That's what
But
it is.
shout out
That's
to
what they
everybody
say.
joining us. Shout out to everybody joining us tonight. Let's say we're definitely live right now on YouTube and on Facebook as well. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. Let me throw it up on the screen just so y'all remember. Hit that share button, hit that like button. Let's say help us out with the Facebook and the YouTube algorithm by hitting that like button. Likes are free. So just drop us that like real quick. Help us out. Help the platform explode. So we trying to do out here. All right. Got some folks checking in with us. Kenyatta in the building. She said, hey, good people, what's going on, Kenyatta? Appreciate you rocking with us as always, supporting the platform. Donovan in the building. He said, good evening. Shout out to you, Donovan. We appreciate you guys. Like I said, hit that like, hit that share button for us. I'll definitely hit that like button for us. But no, we appreciate you guys always rocking with us consistently every Wednesday, man, holding us down. And let me say this real quick. Since we having this conversation, let me say this real quick. Special shout out to Kenyatta and Donovan right now. Man, they literally rock with us, man, almost every Wednesday. I know Kenyatta hopped on here. She hopped on here on birthday day, showing love. So, man, shout
Donovan
out.
too?
For sure. Donovan as well, man. So shout out to the folks, man, who get down and just support what folks are trying to do. Yeah, that's important out here. Like I said, we really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We're a small platform. Yeah, but we're going to be making big changes. We're going to be affecting big things. And that is why we're here. And like I said, that all starts, and that's only possible with the support. You know, people who understand what you're trying to do, people who consistently rock with you, and just represent. So, like I said, let me special shout out to two of y'all, man, on the real. Oh, Donovan, you gonna give me the man? That's what we doing. Is that what we doing?
Yeah.
Is that what we doing? Oh man, that's what we doing today. I see. But no, like I said, we appreciate y'all consistently rocking with the platform, man. We definitely appreciate that, both of y'all. Man, y'all done made me lose my train of thought. Here, let me do this real quick before I lose it. All right, so here's the link to the panel. So you can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge, your Apple device, whatever you have. This is how you join us up on the panel here on the screen. Let's see, you do have the ability to cut your camera off if you choose. We always encourage you to keep the camera on. It makes for a better show, better engagement. And then, like I said, you know what I'm saying, folks get to see it in action. So let's definitely and like I said, somebody join us on the panel if y'all ain't scared tonight. Join us on the panel. All right. So I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit. We also have that link in all the chat feeds, so you can catch it on the Candid Convos page on Facebook and on YouTube. As a backup, you can catch it on the Quay Price page on Facebook as well. Or you can shoot me a message, I'll send it straight to you. I got some hearts in the building. See, Diamond said we appreciate being appreciated. Oh, no doubt, man. Yeah, no, listen, I definitely got to recognize folks, like I said, who show love, man. Listen, shout out to all the folks who share out the show. I see those shares. So shout out to all the folks who share out the show. Shout out to the folks who joined the show off of a share that you've seen. Like I said, that always is much appreciated. Like I said, that's how we increase our exposure, increase our reach, and this is how we get this great content and these great conversations to as many of our people as possible. All right, so let me pull this link down for a minute. All right, so let me I'm gonna look over at Vince, but I know he tied up over there, man. Let me check in on Vince, man. How you doing over there with the fam, man?
I'm good. You know what? Something very funny happened to me today. I know all the parents that have boys that have experienced this. I hadn't had it happen in 27 years. Changing the boy's diaper. I know you let the wind hit it and you put the diaper back on it. I guess I wasn't fast enough. But he didn't get me in the face. That's all. He got my clothes, but he didn't get me in the face.
Oh man, you said you
And
got you a sharpshooter.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's what they say. That's what they say, man. And they always play it off. It sounds like you got you a sharpshooter over there, man. He aiming already, man.
He's a Williams man.
There it is. There it is. There it is. No, that's what it is, man. Yeah, I don't know anybody, man, that has a son that has not experienced that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's common territory, man. But like I said, for the fathers, it's like everything working, so we good.
But you know what? I thought I had it because I experienced it with my first house. Okay, you change it, you open it up, you let the wind hit it, and you put the diaper back down for a couple seconds. I wasn't fast enough. He got me.
Man, shout out to little man in the building. Shout out to little man. He putting in his work already, man.
Oh, yeah.
But no, that's good to hear, man. It sounds like he's doing well. Sound like y'all doing good over there, man.
Oh, yeah.
So good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So let's go ahead and get on into this topic for tonight. So the topic for tonight is, go ahead, Chloe.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I actually do have something. I wanted to let all the ladies know who are watching that over at Havana Handbags, we are having our spring sale, ladies. So all of our handbags are now all on sale for $20 because we are trying to clear out our inventory so we can make room for new things, new items, new creations, new designs, all of that good stuff. So yeah, ladies, you can get a bag like this for $20 right now while supplies last. You guys know these are super unique, so we don't have a ton of them because it's literally based off the access because they're all reclaimed cigar boxes. So right now we are trying to clear out the inventory so we can load up some new things. So yeah, all the bags are $20 until they're sold. So go over to HavanaHandbags.com and get your bag, ladies.
Okay, there it is. There it is. Shout out to that sponsor. So, ladies, definitely go get your unique pieces. Yes, I know we got some, cigar young ladies out here. But like I said, they're not just purely for cigars. Like I said, they're actually handbags. So cell phones, keys, you name it. So like I said, definitely go check that out. HavanaHandbags.com, HavanaHandbags.com. All right. So let's get into this topic.
That was my shameless plug. I'm done now.
And I ain't mad at you. Get it in. All right. So topic for tonight. Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Oh, see, y'all got me all mixed up.
We can't miss the fellas. We got something for the fellas too.
I was trying to give Vince a little break over there, but I guess he's working. Come on, Vince. Come on with it, man.
You know what? Keeping with the theme of the show tonight, I got an OG, an oldie but goodie. One of my first fragrances, that Paul Sebastian, the man's torso.
There it is.
So sometimes you ladies can be oldie, but you still can be a goodie.
Classic.
There it is. Shout out to that bottle right there, man. Like I said, I will say the distinguished gentlemen understand what that bottle is right there. So shout out to that, man. Shout out to that. Yeah, see, I was trying to give Vince a break, man. I know he busy over there, but he's still putting in work. Shout out to that.
Ladies, the female fragrance for that fragrance, that Gaultier, that fragrance right there for the females, bomb.
Okay, see, like I said, only few understand. All right, let's get on into this. We're gonna try this again. Let's get on into this. Let's see. Topic for tonight: are women single by choice or aged out the game? You run that back. Topic for tonight: are women single by choice or aged out the game? All right. So we got a video for tonight. Video coming from our good friends over at the Lapeef Network. Compliments of my man Sweeney in the building. So we're gonna run this video. You guys let me know if you can't hear it. Then we're gonna get on into this conversation. All right.
Yeah, I know. I do feel like both parties, men and women, take each other for granted.
Mm-hmm.
We get comfortable and complacent when we got somebody that we know is gonna stick by our side. Men and women, we both do this. Like, oh damn, they like me, they love me. Oh, they accepted me from doing this fucked up shit. Oh, I'll take an inch, I'm gonna take a mile. We stretch that shit, we burn each other out.
Right.
And I think that's a flaw between both people. We need to, appreciate when we got something good when we first get it, instead of tearing a relationship down and then saying, then you on your next relationship, damn, I wish they was like Marcus. I wish they was like Ashley. And then you chasing what you had from this prior relationship, hoping it could be like that. And you're never probably going to get that shit again. And you're not going to get it with them either.
All right. So I'm going to have to roll with kind of what Bruiser said. I think this is a problem unique to women. And what I mean by that is that we tend to see women, when they, from one relationship to the next, this is why they always talk about why body count. And this is why I said this is the reason why relationship count counts. Women tend to, and for every dude that they get with, they won't like them for whatever reason, but they like them for these reasons. And they start piecemealing a man together. And then by the time they ready, they done already piecemealed a man that don't exist together. And I think that's what I normally see, is that women tend to not be able to, they don't chase what they've already had. They just build up from their experience, and they just start building up this perfect man, and they don't exist. So I think that's what actually happens. I don't think people chase what they have. I think they just build up on top of that, and you get something that never existed in the.
All right. So I cut it right there. All right. So topic for tonight. Are women single by choice or aged out of the game? All right. So shout out to, the guys over at the Lapeef Network. Always dropping great content. So definitely go check them out over on YouTube. And yeah, they definitely dropped some great content. But that's the video for tonight's show, or the context for tonight's show. So going back to what he was saying. Hey, give me one sec. Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying. But getting back to what he was saying. So Sweeney was making a point. So you had the gentleman in the video from the Daily Wrap Up, making his point. And then you also had Sweeney from Lapeef making his point as well, kind of piggybacking off the video. So Sweeney's point was basically what we have going on is young ladies being in these different relationships and wanting to just take the best piece or the good piece from that guy that she was interacting with, and then essentially taking all of these different pieces from all these different guys and putting that into this perfect guy, right? But according to Sweeney, that guy doesn't even exist. So referencing back to the title, are these ladies actually single by choice, or are they just aging out the game? So yeah, I got some thoughts on this, but I'm gonna go to the panel first. Anybody down in the comments, drop a comment. Let us know what you saw in the video, what you're thinking about the video. You agree, you disagree. So what's your opinion on this? Are we single by choice? Are we just aging out the game? What are we seeing? So Chloe, Vince, anything on your mind? What y'all thinking on this one?
Well, just to add some context, a little further in that video, the gentleman goes on to basically say that what's happening with a lot of women is that they are basically waiting at the finish line for men instead of wanting to. And we hear it a lot. Women don't want to build with men anymore. They want to stand at the finish line because what they've done is they, in their 20s, they prioritized the career or they prioritized education so that they can eventually have this dream career. And so what has happened is they're like, well, that's what I've done now. So now I have a certain thing. I've achieved a certain, amount of success for my life, whatever success looks like for that particular individual. And they're like, well, none of these guys that, I'm around are on my level. So I'm just gonna, keep my head down, keep going, keep plugging away. And I'm going to wait at the finish line for the guy that's ready. I'm going to wait at the finish line for the guy who has the 6'6" and the 6. I'm going to wait at the finish line for the guy who's established already. I'm going to wait at the finish line for the guy who has all of this Build-A-Bear things that I want based off what the gentleman just said in the video. I'm going to wait at the finish line for him. The problem is that the guys at the finish line are either already married or the guys at the finish line, because they have reached a certain level of success themselves, now they have requirements and you just do not meet them. You don't meet them in some cases. In a lot of these cases, you don't meet them. Because see, now what they want, after they've also kept their heads down, and grinded and got to where they want, is a lot of times they want the things that someone who's been sitting at the finish line waiting can no longer give them or isn't willing to. So that's how you end up with some women not necessarily being single by choice, though they may feel that is their situation. They've actually aged out. So that's how we get to the point where you have the conversation, which is relevant. Are we really single by choice, or are we aging out of the game? It's a reality, but to answer this question, you have to first take a look at yourself and go, truth time. Like, where am I really? Because it's one thing to say you're single by choice when you're in your early 20s, your mid 20s, even early 30s. And okay, I'm single by choice because I'm just out here having a good time, whatever. At that point, yeah, you might be single by choice. But when you get to, 35 and up, 40 and up, are you single by choice? And I think that's the conversation we have to have. Not in a joking way, not in a judgmental way, none of that. But in order for us to get to the point where we beat the odds, because right now they have stats that are saying by 2000 and whatever, the amount of people that are going to be single. Somebody grab that statistic for me. The amount of people that is going to be single is going to be really high. Basically, the majority of the people are going to be single. And I think we have to understand why that's happening. And it's not because there's not enough human beings for us to match up to. There are enough human beings, period, for everybody to have a mate. So that's not it. That's not it. And since Black women don't have a problem divesting and Black men don't have a problem divesting, then it shouldn't matter, because there's enough human beings alive for everybody to have a mate. So we need to really, if we really want to get to the solution or get to the bottom of it, we have to have the hard questions, right? And to do that, you have to take a look at yourself and say, is this what's happening? Am I saying, you know what? I'm just going to wait for, God going to send me my man. He going to send me my kingdom spouse. Yet you are not at all invested in doing anything for yourself or to yourself in order to prepare for said spouse. I mean, these are real conversations we have to have. That's my take.
So okay, let me get this comment, then we'll slide over to Vince. Let's see. Donovan said the single mature lady is sometimes single by a series of poor choices. Ooh.
That's a different POV of single by choice. I like that though, because that's a different perspective of the whole single by choice response.
Right. So basically what Donovan is saying is it could be single by poor choices. I can see that. I can see that. It's a good comment, Donovan. I appreciate that, man. You want to say something, Vince?
Well, as a man of a certain age, most of the ladies that I seen that were around my age group, I don't think they were single by choice. I think they couldn't get the man that they wanted, so now I'm single by choice. Because my question was always, well, why can't you attract the man that you want? Why do you feel like you have to quote unquote settle? And a lot of times because we waste so much time in bad relationships and trauma that when we get out of them, especially as women, we want something better. We want something more. And they do age out because of a man of a certain age wants something different. And I think Godfather brought that out. That, a lot of women have been told by media and even by their parents, get your degree, get your money, get yourself together, and you'll be more attractive to the type of man that you want. And that's not necessarily the case. Most men who are of a certain age, they want peace above anything else. They'll date the clerk at Walmart if the situation is right, over the doctor, the lawyer, the nurse, the social worker who got a master's degree. That don't mean much. Man of a certain age wants peace. Now, I can say a lot of women, you put yourself in the trick bag because it's just natural, in my personal opinion, for a woman to want a provider and a protector and to want a man that has more than her. Yes, financially. A lot of people want to sit up here and lie and be like, finances. Yeah, they do, because finances will construct your lifestyle. And a woman who's used to a certain lifestyle, it might not be this glamorous. It could be just, I like Applebee's and you like White Castles. I like going, it could be anything. A lot of people want to say it's something extravagant, but it's a lifestyle thing. And most of the men, especially if you over 40, most of the men that you figure that are on your level are smart enough to have gotten married. So, but I do think a lot of ladies, if they would really sit down and see, well, how can I beat the young girls? Because that's who they always say, well, these older guys want younger women. Yeah, we do. Just like the younger women wanted older men. I don't, they try to shame us and, well, y'all like, well, when I was a senior in high school, a lot of the pretty women had older men picking them up from high school, the 19 to 20-year-olds.
Facts.
The ladies that I dated in college were dating men who were professors. So what's the difference?
Good point. Yep, good point. Good point. Good point. Yeah, that's that hate, man. That's that hating coming out, man. But let me get this comment real quick. Shout out to Ray Cribbs in the building. She said, I think everyone, let's see, that we are talking about is looking for something perfect, and perfect doesn't exist.
That's true.
So shout out to Ray for this comment. So Ray, I appreciate this comment. So let me ask you this in response to your comment, Ray. Why do you think that some of our ladies today are looking for this perfect man? Yeah, because that was something that Sweeney said in the video that we played. Yeah, they're trying to essentially do a build-a-bear man. So they want to take all of the good things from these multiple men that they've been with in the past, and they want to put all of them traits together, characteristics together, and make this one perfect man, right? Where do you think that's coming from? Why do you think that some of these young ladies today think that there's this perfect man? And then my follow-up question to that would be, why do you think that there's a perfect man out here if you know for a fact that you ain't perfect?
Says who? Says who?
You gotta keep it a buck.
Who talk? Listen, I'm a 10. What the girl say? Because I know me. I know me. And I'm a 10. I know me. Isn't that what she said the last show? Y'all ain't catch that show?
Man.
She said I'm a 10. I know me.
Can't make this shit up.
I'm a 10. So I think it goes back to delusional. Like, and I don't mean this. I need for people to understand that when I say this is just not a person just trying to insult Black women or insult women. Like, that's so not the case. I just think that part of it is conditioning. I think part of it is, what we've been told all our lives, what we've been shown all our lives, how we've been, women have been coddled and all our lives for the most part. So it has created a little bit of a princess complex. And so we think that everything we say, everything we think, everything we do is okay. Because listen, who gonna check me, boo?
Oh, man.
Like, I can say what I want to say. I can feel what I want to feel. I can dress how I want to dress. I can wear what I want to wear. I can do what I want to do. And who gonna check me, boo? And that's just real. Like, that's the reality of what it is like for women right now. You don't even say anything to me that I don't like, because you're getting canceled. Period.
That's facts. That's
the
facts.
climate that we have. So let's just be honest. I can think that I can get a man that looks like Shamar Moore, and I'm talking about Shamar Moore in like the 90s, y'all. That looks like Shamar Moore, that is as tall and is as handsome and make them saying money. He can put it down in the bed, like all of this stuff. Like, I should be able to get that, because why not? I don't understand what you mean, because I know me, I'm a 10. So why can't I get that? I'm a PhD. I make 6 figures. I got my own house. I drive a Benz. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a 10. So I should be able to get whatever I want. And on top of all of that, I got a pool.
Wow.
So really, you need to be trying to figure out how to get me, because I'm a prize.
Okay, but see, this is the issue that I have with that, right? So you just named off what we would consider the modern woman today. You just named her off. So she got the sister got it going on, car. She got her own house. She pay her own bills. She do all these things, right? So if that's the case, and it's popping like that and it's hitting like that, where the man at?
Well, I don't plan on settling. So I'm not gonna settle. So I'm not gonna settle until I find
we gonna
I'm
come
not gonna
back
settle. I'm looking for a certain type of man, and I'm not gonna settle. I'd rather stay single instead of settle.
We're gonna come back to that. So that's I'm glad you said what you just said. We're gonna come back to that. And I know you're speaking for some of these ladies out here. We're gonna come back to that.
This is what I hear, y'all. This is what I hear all the time.
I got you. We're gonna come back to that too. That's a good point. So let me go back in and jump on Ray Cribbs for a hot minute. She tried to pull a quick one back here. She said it works both ways. So this is back at the comments about the this perfect person that doesn't exist. She said it works both ways. Men do the same. Ray Cribbs. What fellas you know out here looking for the perfect woman? Cause I don't know none. Let me ask Vince. Vince, you ever know anybody looking for the perfect woman, man?
No, and I think her comment is false, because especially as black men, we've never been coddled. We've been told what it is and what we need to do. If I'm broke, society don't tell me, oh well, Vince, you broke, you still can get a 10 or 8. But they've told women it doesn't matter how much you weigh. You could be 400 pounds, and all you got to do is body positivity, and you can get the man that you want. Not just any man, but the man that you want. And that's not true. Men know we got to have something going on.
For sure.
We got to have something in the bedroom going on. We got to have something in the mouthpiece going on. Or we got to have something in our pockets going on.
Facts.
And some of us need 2 out of the 3.
Facts.
You know, and then my thing is also, even in media, you don't see fat, broke men in these movies.
Nope.
When's the last time you see a fat, broke man and he just what all the women want?
It's not happening.
Never.
Yeah, not happening. Not happening. All right, I just had to touch that real quick, because at the end of the day, fellas understand that there is no perfect women. That don't exist. Yeah, so you're gonna look for the traits or the characteristics that are important to you. Yeah, ain't no perfect. Yeah, but sometimes you may have to say, okay, you know what? I was looking for 8 out of 10, but she got 7.5, or she got 6 out of 10. I can work with that. We can work with that. So that's how guys look at it. So I don't know where this whole perfect. I don't know where this come from. That don't exist, because we already know that. That's definitely skewed right there. Let's see. Donovan said, "Ladies think a perfect man erases their flaws." Oh,
Donovan dropping some gems tonight.
yeah, my Donovan
Well,
over here laying
I
them
need
out.
Donovan to give me more. I need more of that. Can you expand on that comment? I need more of that.
So I'm gonna take a guess, but Donovan, I definitely want you to expand. So I want you to drop in the comment, expand on this. But I'm gonna take a guess what Donovan is saying right now. So this would be, if I'm reading this correctly, this would be like the young lady who was for the streets, and then she got with the pastor. Yeah, but well, actually, as I'm saying that, well, we got examples of that.
I was just about to say one came right to my mouth, and I ain't gonna say it.
Right. You see, that didn't work. You see what I'm saying? You see, that didn't work. So yeah, so you try to align yourself with this person or this man who has his stuff together. He's professional, got his money together, is established. He's well admired and respected by people. So you think if you align yourself with this guy, all of this nonsense that you was on just gonna disappear. And that ain't how that works. Listen, we've seen these examples time and time again. So that's what I think Donovan was dropping on that comment. But I said, clarify for me, Donovan. I ain't get that right. Let's see. Kenyatta said unreal expectations. Facts. And man, listen, I know a lot of these expectations, and honestly, I don't even, sometimes I even wonder, are they expectations? Yeah, sometimes some of the stuff that I see, because I said I'm in a lot of these conversations. Some of the stuff that I see, you can tell that a lot of this stuff has just been fed to people. Like they don't even really understand. Like, they'll say they got an expectation that the man need to be making, $200,000 a year. And then somebody asked them a question, well, how much does it cost to live in this particular area with this amount of kids and you and such? And they won't even know. So it's like, how you say that you expect a man to be making $200,000 a year, but you don't even understand the financial breakdown behind that $200,000 a year. So yeah, like I said, a lot of this stuff, I don't even know if I can call it expectations. Like I said, it's almost like we just getting fed just nonsense, and then we absorb it and then we normalize it. And And that's more of what I see going on out here. Let's see. Ray Cribb said, I'm not perfect and my high school sweetheart isn't either, but we are still married and together. Right. But Ray, just based on what you just said, y'all had to build together.
Right. I think that's the key. I
Yep.
think that's the key. I think that's the key. That's why we said it that way, right? Like, that's why I started off my comments saying people don't want to build anymore. Like, I hear a lot of women say this, right? I don't want to raise a man, or I don't want a man I have to build up, or I'm not his mama. And no, definitely not telling you to get with a man where you have to be his mammy. Like, I'm not telling you to do that. But when I mean build together, I mean maybe you guys both start out not necessarily where you want to be, but you work together, you support each other while you're on that process to get where you want to be. And understanding that he's not at that all, he don't got all the sixes yet. He's still working on it. You know what I'm saying? But he's got the core values that are important to you. And you're like, okay, well, I see he's working, I'm working. We're both trying to get somewhere. Let's do it together. Let's build together. So then some of these conversations, and I think Vince said this last week, like some of these conversations about, I don't care about your money. It ain't my money. Whatever she makes is not as big of a issue or a concern, because y'all built it together. So it's never about what's hers is hers and what's mine is mine. It's ours, because we did this together. We built this together. We both have skin in the game. We both blood, sweat, and tears. This is our thing, right? And I think that's the thing. Those women who are waiting at the finish line, like, well, these dudes don't have what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go down to the end of the finish line. I'm gonna wait for the dude that already did all the work, put in all the time, put in all the energy, reach the level of success. I'm gonna wait at the finish line for him. And all we're saying is you're taking a gamble doing that, because most often the man that is at the finish line, he picked up somebody along the way. A lot of those men are already married. Not only that, by the time he gets to the finish line, if he hasn't already picked up somebody and he's ready to pick up somebody, now he's achieved all he's going to achieve, and he's like, okay, I want to share this with somebody, most likely he's looking back. Because the women that are at the finish line, they're not willing to do or are unable to do what some of the women who, weren't waiting at the finish line or haven't even started the race yet are willing to do. So I think that's what we're trying to say. Obviously, this message isn't for every person. If you met your man and you married, really, this is not even a conversation for where we're pointing these at a married person. These are for people who, this is really conversation for single people to say, okay, let's examine where I'm at. Like, without getting too deep, like, let's examine where I'm at. This whole single by choice thing, the reason why this is even a topic is because so many women say this. So many women will tell you, I'm single by choice. But just like Donovan said earlier, are you single by choice because you really chose this? Or are you single by choice because of poor choices? Because that actually makes more sense. And nobody's condemning you for poor choices. The thing is, learn from them, though. Learn from them and try to make corrections so that you can move forward and rebound. But what I see is a lot of women digging their heels in on top of their bad choices. They made poor choices, but they're digging their heels in. They're like, no, I'm not going to change. Take me as I am. This is how it is. And they're digging their heels in. And then they're saying it's by choice, but is it really by choice? And I think that's the conversation we have to have if we want to actually get to some solution, because the statistic actually is, I found the statistic, it's estimated that 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single by 2030.
Wow.
45%, that's almost half the women. I think we have to pay attention to that. We're on a bad track. So what's the conversation we should be having? This is not time for us to dig our heels in. This is not. We really got to start looking at ourselves and going, what improvements do I need to make? What can I change? Like, really, I'm imploring ladies, like, ladies, please. I know that society is telling you that, everything you think or conceive is perfectly fine, and you're perfectly fine, and body positivity, and it's all good, it's great. Who gonna check me, boo? But like, we have to start looking at ourselves and going, is it me? When I say I'm single by choice, am I being disingenuous? Because I just don't want to admit that maybe I did make some of those poor choices and I'm struggling to bounce back from them. And
That's real.
I don't want to take accountability for it.
Oh, look at that word again, accountability. Let me get some more of these comments. I know we got a lot of them coming in. Let's see. Donovan said the perfect mate for these ladies is in their friend zone in the phone book.
They don't look right past them.
You know what, Donovan? I've been hearing this a lot lately. I'm gonna pose this question to the ladies that's watching right now. I see we got a chunk of folks watching right now. I said, everybody who's watching right now, do me a favor, just hit that like button. Hit that like button for us, help us with the algorithm. But I want to pose this question to the ladies. Ladies who can keep it real. I know we got some relationship people in here, some married folks, and all of that. So I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But anybody who can answer. Do you actually have a dude's number in your cell phone that actually could have been your man or your husband today? I'm just curious of that. Yeah, I'm curious. Do you actually have a dude's name saved in your contact list in your cell phone of a guy that could have been your man or your husband in 2023? I'm just curious. Somebody drop a comment who can keep it real. I don't want to get anybody in trouble out here. All right, let me scroll through these comments. We got a lot of them in here. Let's see. Oh, is that Erica Webb? Erica Webb in the building. What's going on, E Webb? She said, wow, these comments are interesting. In what world would a woman think a perfect man erases her flaws? I've never heard such a thing. You know what, E Webb? This does exist. This does exist. I said I didn't want to mention no names, but I did use an example of the young lady, getting with a pastor, and I'll leave it at that. But this does exist, though, E Webb. This does exist. Let's see. Ray Creel said, Erica, I'm with you. No, Ray Creel, she be on here starting stuff. Let's see. And he doesn't make money. Let's see. And he doesn't make money, and I spend it all. You know what? Go ahead.
Back to Erica's comment real quick. Like, I will say, I have heard of women feeling validated because maybe they have like an interesting past, where maybe they made some interesting choices in their past, right? We'll just say it that way. Like, maybe they didn't make the wisest choices, but a man came along who really loved her and settled down with her and married her. And sometimes that can make her feel like validated, like everything that I did before just simply doesn't matter because a man chose me and I've been chosen, and he saw me as valid. He saw me as deserving to make me his wife. So whatever I may have been, and I hate to say it this way, but usually it's because she was for the streets. And him proposing validated her. And now all of her friends are like, dang, she was out there. But she got married. Somebody married her. And then, for her, it's almost like, well, it doesn't really even matter what I did or who I was because, I'm married now. So, I mean, right. I definitely have, heard that particular angle.
For sure.
What I said, because I ain't scared. Sierra.
Oh.
And make it good.
That's who I was thinking.
Oh my
I
God!
didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to say nothing because the ladies
Y'all
be
praying
coming
that
for you when
Sierra's
you talk
prayer
about
because
their
y'all know she was
queens.
for the streets. Her baby daddy was Future. And now she got a God-loving husband that didn't have no bunch of babies out here that married her, took care of them kids like they
Invalidated her.
his, and all y'all want Russell Wilson. That's what we talking about.
And now it's like we forgot she was gyrating on top of the car on the old school. It's like
Forgot
that,
about
none of
Future.
that exists. We forgot she was half naked in the video with 50 Cent. Like it's like that stuff don't even matter no more. It just don't matter.
Okay, well there it is.
It don't matter
All
no
right,
more.
Mm-hmm.
all right, E-Web, there it is. I said I hadn't even thought about Sierra, but there it is. So I guess that's an example of that right there. Shout out shout out to Vince for that one. Let's see. Ray Cribb said, let's see, we came from two different places. I'm the one, let's see, who had money when we started off. He went into the military and we save now our money. I lost my parents and grandmother and had a very good trust at 18. Okay. All right. So once again, like I said, this is building. Right. And I said, this is the piece that a lot of folks don't want to do. Right. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I mean, you can still build in your later years. Yeah, but it's like folks don't want to do that anymore. It's like folks want these like ready-made spouses, and it's just like, where you get that from? Like that don't work like that. Like even some of these older folks who out here getting married at 60 years old, they still got to figure some things out. Like ain't nobody ready, mate. I don't know. Let's see, this stuff is definitely some unrealistic stuff going on out here. Let's see. Donovan said erasing her flaws, the type of guy that all her friends want, but he chose her. Yeah.
Right.
Facts. Right. So we
Right.
just touched on that. Okay. All right. Cool. See, Ray Cribb said you can change and grow together, regardless of when you get together. You have to want it. That's facts. That's facts.
But I also think like a lot of my friends that I know who are successfully married, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna say 8 out of 10 of them met in college. And I think we've gotten this bad information that we need to go out here and live our lives and ride the cock carousel and get all this trauma and bad because let's just keep it real. That's what we do. You know, people say, "Oh, well, I lived the life." Most of it is trauma. Most of it is bad relationships. Most of it, and then you come to somebody at 35 and 40, and you done had 4 bad relationships, a cheater, an abuser. A dude done had a couple kids and a bad body paying child support. It's better to get with people when you're younger, when you don't have as much extra stuff that comes along with that. But we've been told because our parents made bad decisions. And it wasn't that they were young, it was because they didn't make a good decision. Because most
Right.
of these people, when they get, you know if it's gonna work out or not. I mean, a lot of people want to sit up here and act like, people get married because she pregnant. They get married because the guy feel bad I cheated and now I want to make it right. And most of these relationships are doomed from the beginning. So they had nothing. A lot of people, I was young and dumb. No, you were young and irresponsible. Because people get married young and are responsible and are married for 30 and 40 years. So we have got bad information. Don't go out here and live your life. Go out here and get prepared for what you want.
Facts.
I tell my son, don't go out here because you young and good looking and 27 and go out here and start riding that cock carousel. Get yourself together if you want a family, because what that's going to bring, because most of us are responsible. What's that's going to bring is trauma, a baby you don't want, a relationship you want to get tied into. We just have to be more intentional with our actions. And it's better to do it when you're younger. I'm not going to say
Right.
you're younger. When you really, especially for a man who has found his purpose in life. And you don't have to wait till you're 40 to do that.
Facts.
And a lot of these ladies, well, I'm single. I want a girl's trip. I want to do all this and do all this. And then you want to come to a husband with already an individual mindset. See, we ain't getting that too. If you have been single your whole life until you 35 or 40 years old, what makes you think you can even partner with somebody at that point? For real. You done built yourself, most of us have built our careers. Most of us have had children. And then you want to bring all that to somebody and think it's going to work.
Valid point. It's a valid point right there. Valid point. Let me get some more of these comments. See, Wizzy Lynette, she said no. Okay, we got a lot of no's. Oh, so this was to the question of you got the basically your possible husband, was his number already in your cell phone already? Ladies, y'all saying no?
Stop the cap.
Come on now.
I was gonna say how they know.
Let me do it again.
How did you know?
Ladies.
I mean, I think no. I think that's a tough question because if things worked out the way they worked out, then how would they know? The only way they would know is if they did like a real like deep self-examination to say, hey, was that an opportunity and I just kind of missed it? I don't know. But usually if a girl done put a dude in that place, she didn't think about him like that. He ain't even on the radar. He ain't even a thought. So she gonna say no. Because in her mind, he ain't even, he wasn't even like that. No. No.
I'm struggling.
He's not even a consideration. Like, no.
I'm struggling with that. I'm still going.
I do agree, though. I agree with it. I do think that some women, not all, but I think some of y'all met y'all husbands already. And they didn't look, or it wasn't given what you thought it was supposed to have gave. And so
they just look right past him, and now
just look right here. He wasn't even an option, wasn't remotely an option in your mind. And the whole thing, that man would have made you a good husband.
I'm gonna leave that alone since the ladies was on here.
Stop the cap.
I'm gonna leave that alone for now. Let's see. What was this? Who Ray over here talking? Whatever. What Ray? Who you be going at it with?
Go back to King.
I'm about to get that comment. She said yes. Okay. Here we go. She said yes. I'm dating him now. Let's see. We should have married years ago. Donovan Crawford. Oh, okay. She just gonna call him out.
Okay. He went back and got her bed. Listen.
Hey.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
I ain't mad.
Out here.
I ain't mad. Shout out to Kenyatta and Donovan in the building. Shout out to my peoples right there. Let's see. Ray Crib said yes. Y'all should have. I done lost. I don't even know what she was responding to.
She said she was talking about Kenyatta.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. She's co-signing with Kenyatta. Okay. All right. There it is. Mm-hmm. Let's see. CC Powers in the building. Shout out to CC. She says Sierra ready to get back in the streets. Dang.
She is. I think she itching.
You know what? I wasn't gonna even touch this. I said I know.
She said single like me. Did the song come out yet? Did it come out yet?
I don't think it came out. I think they put the kibosh on that.
Huh?
I think they put the kibosh on that song. I don't think it came out.
She said y'all crazy. That's a hot song.
See, you know what? I wasn't going to even touch Sierra because I was done with the topic. We already touched Sierra before. I wasn't going to even touch it. But I will say this. To the ladies, this is just my observation. Don't be like Sierra. Yep, and what I mean by that is Sierra is married to Russell Wilson. I've seen way too many interviews where Sierra is talking about she independent and she don't really need Russell and all this nonsense. Ladies, do not be Sierra. If you out here trying to find you a husband, wait, let me take that back. If you out here waiting on a husband to find you, do not talk or move like Sierra. Yeah, I've seen too many interviews, and I look at Russell's face every time she say some of that old slick mess that she say, and my man be giving her that look. And I know Vince know the look I'm talking about. Russell be giving her that look, like I'm being cut this thing. Like, don't. So, ladies, do not be Sierra. Take it from your boy. Don't talk like Sierra. Do not move like Sierra. Real talk. Because a real regular guy, not no celebrity, not no pro football player, none of that. Real regular guy, that's gonna be a whole problem. Better yet, I know it's a problem with Russell too, but my man be on camera. He got to be cool. Yeah. So, well, ladies, don't. Yeah, no, don't do it. All right, let's see. Ray Cribb, she said, let's see, you should start off building. Nothing is ready made. Ray, we get it. We get it, Ray. But I'm saying some of the young ladies don't feel like that. They want to do it ready made. They talking about they don't want to have to build no man up and all this and all that. And that's a problem in itself, right? Because why should a woman even be doing that? Yeah, if you're with the right type of dude, you ain't got to build him up. I don't know where that come from. That sound like you talking like he a kid or something. You ain't got to build him up. You're supposed to come and support that man. You don't have to build no man up. He gonna build himself up, but you're supposed to support the mission that he's on. So that's what that's supposed to look like. So we even got to think about our verbiage and the way we talk about these things. I said we got a lot of stuff that's out of whack. Let's see. Kenyatta said I was thinking about Shani O'Neal, right? She went from basketball to the preacher, exactly, and that's typically who they like to go find too, preachers and things like that. So now that's the point that we was making earlier with that one. Let's see. Ray Cribb says some people have to learn by way of the long game. Once again, Ray, I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain extent, because the certain extent is about the fact that a lot of us don't even think long term anymore. Yeah, we think very short term. Yeah, but even going back to the topic, you know what I'm saying? You know, are you single by choice? Like, we hear a lot of young ladies say that they're single by choice, but then while they're saying that, they act like we just got this unlimited clock of time. And like I said, you were single by choice at 32. You were single by choice at 37. Single by choice at 45. Single by choice at 50. So at what point are we going to make some different choices? Because the clock is steady ticking. Our bodies are steady, falling apart, aging, however you want to refer to it. What was that?
I said we're progressing through life.
Right. So it's like I said, things are changing. So it's only so much by choicing you can do. Because your body is going to do what it's going to do. Your time is going to do what it's going to do. And that's going to be that. And it's not waiting for nobody. So we really got to start getting realistic about some of this stuff that we're saying and thinking, to your point, talking about thinking long game or long term. Are we thinking about, or are we keeping a mindset that is sustainable? Yeah, we can say these things, but when we look at our results, do they align? Yeah, but that's the piece that I think is hurting us right now. Let's see. Ray also said not necessarily young, but mature. And I got some debate on that as well, but I understand what you're saying. I got some debate on that as well. Because just for me personally, I just noticed how the word mature has become so subjective now. But that's a whole nother show. Ray also said, I don't have any other man's number in my phone that I've thought of being with. I wouldn't talk to you. I wouldn't talk about you. I know you don't.
Because she was 15, so I know she probably don't.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't coming for the married ladies. That's why I said I wasn't trying to get nobody in trouble.
And I love it. We need more of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get nobody in trouble.
We need more of that.
No, most definitely. Let's see. Woodsy said, let's see, you right, because I for sure was actively dating when I met my husband, and he was not he was not my type. Where am I? Where P at? I need to get P up on this show. I gotta ask him some questions about that comment right there. Tell P to hop up on here. I got some questions for him. Let's see, can y'all Donovan, y'all cracking me up tonight. Let's see. Kenyatta say, however, it was my fault that we didn't marry then. Man, talk about that accountability. Okay. All right, Kenyatta. I appreciate that comment right there. Let's see. Ray Crib said, I've known them for a long time. Oh, no doubt. I said all of us Southfield folks, we definitely got some history around here. She said, Kenyatta and Donovan, I love you. Let's see. Got Woodsy in here. She said, let's see, you need your husband. What she mean? I don't know who she was talking to.
Sarah.
Oh. Yeah. No, Woodsy, like I said, last interview I saw.
You know, she out here. This for the single ladies, you know, doing it like her. Getting it like her. You know, you get it like her. You know, I mean, getting her master's paid for, you know, getting songs written by her ex-man. I mean, doing it like her.
Right. No, that's real.
How she need a man.
Wait. What's what Ray talk? Ray. What you talking about? What you saying we blaming the women for? What we blaming the women for? What comment did I miss?
So let's talk about this. And this is not directed at you, right? But I love you because you just brought up something that really needs to be addressed. So just know this ain't about you. But what you're saying really just made me, you know, think that maybe we should preface this. Like maybe we should disclaimer this. Like, listen, what I need for ladies to do, like in general. Now, this statement right here is the only general statement I'm going to say that is for all ladies. And then after that, we're going to talk about a specific group of ladies. All ladies, please stop the cap. Y'all know that these women in general are out of line. Like, I'm going to speak to the women in my community because I can't speak for women outside of my community because I don't know enough of them to make this determination. I just feel like I've come across Black women. I see this in a lot of Black women. I'm hearing the conversations around and between a lot of Black women. And ladies, we out of line. Black women, we out of order. We can't even have a conversation about how we need to improve how we look at relationships and how we look at dating without talking about what a man doing. I thought y'all didn't need a man. Why do it even matter? If this is about self-love, if this is about healing your own trauma, if this is about you growing, if this is about you progressing, then why every conversation we have about you progressing, you growing, and you taking accountability, does a man come into the conversation? We have to learn how to sit in our own poop. Like we have to sit in it and figure out how to get ourselves out of it. But if we always want to talk about what a man is doing, men did not single-handedly do this to us. Men did not single-handedly put us in a situation that we find ourselves in. We cannot keep blaming men. When do we say, I did this, I made the choice. There's 50,000 ways I cannot get pregnant if I don't want to. But I had an excuse or a justification for every single one of them. So now I'm pregnant. And I don't even like this man. But we don't want to sit in that. Ladies, we don't want to sit in it and own it. We want to blame it on a man. Like he can tell us anything about our bodies. That's the first thing we want to say. Can't no man tell me what to do my body. It's my body, my body. Until it's time to have a baby, then it's his fault. Until I accidentally pregnant, then it's his fault. Any other time, it's my body, My body, my body, my body. My choice. So once again, this is your choice. Single by choice. Your choice. You, and you. That's all I see. But then when we had that conversation, it's well, the men. Stop blaming women. No, I'm gonna blame women for what women do. If you did it, you did it, sis. Own it. And heal for real. Don't heal by doing yoga. Don't heal by meditation. Don't heal by going on a trip with your girls. Don't heal by going to brunch every weekend. Heal by actually doing the work. Because healing takes work. Real work. And it's long and it's painful. But you come out on the other side of that thing better. And if you're not really wanting to do that, please don't tell me what a man is doing. Because you haven't even done your part. If I was God, I wouldn't give you no kingdom spouse either. You don't know what to do with them. God's not going to send you a man and you a mess. He wants you to work on yourself. He's giving you every opportunity to do so. But you want him to send you a man? So what? So he can send you the man and you're not healed. And then the relationship don't work out. What? I don't understand how this is difficult. If you did it, you did it. And I'm not even saying you should be condemned for it. I'm saying learn from it. Let's move forward. You can bounce back. You can move forward. Let's keep going. But you got to at least acknowledge what you did. Sit in it. Do the work. But what I see is every time we start to try to have these conversations, there's just a lot of justifications. There's just a lot of, well, this and well, I was young and dumb and well, I was. So you blaming it on youth. You blaming it on the man. When do you ever say it was me? I knew better. I knew I should have done that. I knew it was a bad idea, but I wanted to do it anyway. So I did it. And now this is what I'm dealing with. So instead of stop blaming women for what women have done, how about we say stop blaming men? Because we have conversations talking about the men. We call the men to the mat here on this show too. I mean, y'all probably don't know because whenever we start talking about men, y'all don't show up to the show. So y'all miss those episodes when we talk about men. Because we do talk about men on here. Maybe come up to one of those episodes where we talk about the men. And then y'all can blame the men for what the men do. But right now we're talking about women. Do you guys have any flaws? You don't have any flaws? Have you not made any mistakes? Any bad decisions? Do you think that you got in this situation just like happenstance? How did you arrive here? Like I gained weight because I ate too damn much. It ain't just happening. Now I gotta try to get it off. It's hard because I like to eat. So we just not gonna sit here and act like you didn't find yourself. You just found yourself in this situation. And then you're gonna band-aid it by saying, oh, it's by choice.
Right.
I mean, I just want my thing would be we can't, y'all want to talk about solutions. I can't give y'all no solutions. Because in order for me to give you guys a solution, you actually have to see a problem. And if you don't see any problems with any of your behavior, any of your decisions, anything that you've done, anything that you've said, how are we supposed to get to a point where we talk about solutions? I want to talk about solutions. I personally don't want to build a platform off of us just bad mouthing men or women. That's not helping. But when we try to have these conversations, it's hard to get people to take accountability. You gotta do that first. Isn't that like step one in AA or in A? Like
Correct.
you gotta accept the problem. You gotta say, I have a problem. I actually do have a problem.
Right.
And until you acknowledge that, we can't move forward to a solution. So stop fighting us in the comments and stop fighting us, when we start to say, hey, this is what we're seeing. And let's actually have the conversation.
That's real. That's real right there. That's real. That's real. Let me get this comment from CC. I almost missed this one. She said, let's see. This is a little off subject. What if the husband wants children and the wife doesn't and just wants a cat? And at the end of the relationship, they agree to have children, but she's changed it. How do you deal with it?
That's tough.
Let me read that again. This is a little, let's see. What if the husband wants children and the wife doesn't and just wants a cat? And at the beginning of the relationship, they agree to have children, but she's changed it. How do you deal with it? I guess in that instance, CC, I'm gonna say step by step.
That's a tough one. That's a good question, but that's tough because
there's got to be some level of compromise going on. So I'll just say that. But yeah, that's definitely gonna be a compromise situation right there. So that's something where I can call that one.
Like foster, adopt, like we got to meet in the middle somewhere. Because
to keep it real.
That's one of those deal breaker types of situations in a relationship. I feel like.
Yeah. So that's how I will say that one. Well, man, we was about 9:50. We're getting around that time. I got a question though. Let's see. Wesley said you have to be willing to compromise. Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no, that's a compromise situation right there. So I agree with you on that, Wesley. That's definitely a compromise situation. So I got a question. Before we get ready to, get to the end of the show here. But I got a question for the ladies because I keep seeing something else. It's a little perplexing to me, so I need to talk to the ladies because I see a lot of ladies in the comments. So my question is, what is settling? I see a lot of ladies saying that today. What is settling? So ladies, drop a comment and let me know what does settling mean to you? And then my follow-up to that question is what is the difference between settling and being realistic? If somebody drop a comment, let me know. What is this settling? Because I hear a lot of ladies saying that. I'm not going to settle. I don't want to settle. All of this. So what does that actually mean? So I need to hear that from a lady. Yeah, what does it mean to settle? Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, I want to understand that. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit to drop a comment. Let's see for the ladies who got the guts. Go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know. I'm going to give y'all a little bit.
Let's get these comments, boo. We missed some comments.
Who did I miss? How many? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Donovan. Ladies who point the finger, deflection 101. Oh, no doubt. Okay, hold on. We got some stuff coming in. Hold on. We got stuff coming in. Let me get into these real quick. Shout out to Jocelyn Dennis in the building. Let's see what see. Y'all gotta school me on these.
In my opinion.
Okay, in my opinion, settling is not compromising your boundaries. Okay. Settling is not compromising your boundaries. Let me come back to that. I got questions. Let's see. Ray Crib said, I didn't settle. We built a foundation together. Okay. No, I'm not mad. I'm just trying to understand. I keep hearing ladies say they're not going to settle. So I'm trying to understand, what does that actually mean? Let's see. CC said, I think B. You got to clarify that one for me, CC. Let's see. Wizzy said you should never settle. I would say have some boundaries that you and your mate can agree that are non-negotiable. Okay. Okay. So,
Can I
ladies,
say
time.
this?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I don't want it to look like, I'm just like always going against, but everybody settles. Like, I think this is absolutely, we all settle. Like, once again, ladies, like, we all settle. We all settle. Like, we just said earlier, we just established nobody's perfect. We literally just established that nobody's perfect. Yet, the majority of the time, we're always looking for something that somebody's going to fall short in. We all fall short. So, in order for that to be true, which we know we all fall short, we know we're not perfect, then that means that at some point, all of us have settled. Every single one of us have settled.
Right.
So what do we mean? I don't want to settle. The minute that comes out of our mouths, it's a cap. Because at the end of the day, you're going to settle on something. Period.
That's facts.
So it's like, I think once again, it's us really looking at our mindset. Like we have to look at our mindset. So these women that are going around saying, I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. It's like, but you have unrealistic expectations. So in order for you to be able to even find someone that you're compatible with, that you can even be with, there's going to be some settling in there somewhere, because no human being you meet is ever going to have all of the things. No car is ever going to have all of the things. No house is always ever going to have all of the things unless you build it yourself. And even then, there's going to be some issue. At some point, you're like, well, we wanted to do this, but we had to settle. So I just think that, once again, that's a little bit of a cap. So somebody asked to define it. So I'm gonna use a dictionary definition, because we always want to, give words different definitions. Resolve or reach an agreement about an argument or a problem. Settle, of course, in the terms of pay a debt. Another definition for settle is sit or come to rest in a comfortable position. But that's settling, right? There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I say once again, I hear a lot of ladies say that they don't want to settle. And like I said, my question to the ladies would be, do you think that a man has to settle to be with you? Like, let's keep it a buck. See, I don't think dudes. I don't even know if a settle is in the verbiage for a lot of guys. Because I think, at the same time, I said, guys will take more of a realistic approach when it comes to relationships. So let's say when I hear a young lady saying that she don't want to settle, it's like, well, what does that actually mean? Because I almost feel like you just holding yourself up. Basically, you stopping your progress. Yeah, because like I said, at the same time, if we're saying that there's no such thing as perfect, then there's definitely going to be something that when you come into the space with this man that he's not going to have. Because we know perfect doesn't exist. He either not going to be tall enough, he ain't going to be well endowed enough, he ain't going to be making as much money as you think he should be making. He might have kids already, and you didn't want, wasn't necessarily looking for a man with kids, but other stuff outweighs him having kids. Like, there's always going to be some level of settling. So, like, what is this? I don't want to settle. Like, some of this stuff just doesn't make sense. And I think if we don't get a grasp around some of these things that we've absorbed over time, it is definitely going to hinder our progress when it comes to these relationships.
So I think that what's happening is what happens a lot, right? We're using words and we're saying things, and we don't really understand what it is we actually mean. The word that people are probably really looking for is compromise.
Okay.
And compromise means to an agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions, or to settle a dispute by mutual concession, or to accept standards that are lower than desirable, right? So maybe what women are trying to say is they don't want to compromise. We all, but to be honest, I still think, regardless of how you use these words, you're gonna make compromises. You're going to settle with certain things. I do like what, like, I think maybe Woodsy said, you do have to set certain boundaries, and you have to say that these are the things that I'm willing to compromise on, and then these are the things that I'm not. In that case, yes, I agree. Like, there are going to be some things where you're like, I'm not going to be with a man that's just a cheater. I wish you, sis. Me neither. Okay. But at some point, you're going to settle for something. You're going to compromise on something. There's going to be something about him that you're like, dang, I really wanted this, but he has all of these things. I'm going to compromise. So we all do that. So when I hear women say, I'm not settling, it's like, first of all, that's not even the right word. We should just throw that one out. That's not even the right word. Maybe we should be saying, I don't want to compromise, but then we should be specific about what we don't want to compromise on. You should have your negotiables and your non-negotiables, and those things are discussed. But to say what you won't do, I mean, is a little bit of a cap, because what I find is when you ask a woman what those non-negotiables are, they're not what you think. Like some of the ladies in these comments, they're saying, well, I won't compromise on infidelity, and I won't, which I totally get. But some of these women, that's not the stuff they worried about. They worried about how much money he got. They worried about how tall he is. And they like, I'm not compromising on those things. This is where we get the whole idea that women have unrealistic expectations. That's where those types of statements come from.
That's real. That's real. That's real. Let's see. Diamond dropped a comment. He said, I've heard the conversations. Ladies claim not wanting to settle for an average guy. They feel they deserve a Prince Charming. You know what, Donovan? I hear that. I hear that as well, man. I hear that as well. This brings up another question. See, ladies, I got questions tonight. Ladies, I got questions tonight. Ladies in the comments, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. Do you consider yourself an average woman? Just curious.
If baby girl in the video we watched last week, with the fishnet outfit on and a weave and the baby flyaway lashes, if she a 10, then I'm gonna be a 10 to her.
Okay, here we go.
If she a 10, if she could be a 10, then I'm a 10 to her.
All right, so let me I got some comments coming in.
If she a 10, because I know me. Like she said, I know me. I know who I am, and I'm a 10. If she's a 10, okay. I'm a 10. I'm setting my bar where she set her bar at, because see, I like where she set her bar at. So since it's subjective, I'm gonna set my bar where she set her bar at. If she a 10, then I'm definitely a 10. I'm a 10 with her. We 10s up in here.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Woodsy said average defiant. See, I knew somebody was gonna come back with that.
You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
I knew somebody's gonna want somebody to define it. Let's see. Donovan said, great question. Hashtag average woman. Here we go. Jocelyn, what is average? CC with smiley faces. Let's see. Kenyatta, yes. I'm regular Smeglin. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Kenyatta. Thank you. All right, ladies. There's your definition, ladies.
Kenyatta, you gotta stay on code, sis. We set our bar. We set our bar with old girl with the fishnet, so we 10s.
Bruh.
So thank you, Kenyatta. So, ladies, to the ladies who said define it, regular smegular. There you go. Would you consider yourself regular smegular? We're gonna do it just like that. Let's see. Ray said average is what you make it. Okay. I'm gonna leave that right there, Ray. I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's see. Donovan said to be average, you must be honest. Ooh-wee.
That's true.
That's true right there, Donovan. That's all facts, brother.
That's true.
Ladies, I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds. Do you consider yourself average? Let's see. Wizzy said to see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm square in a circle world. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm gonna leave that right there.
This is crazy because do you see? I love y'all. First of all, every woman who answers the question.
Wait, no, wait, boy.
I appreciate y'all. I want to say I appreciate y'all. But do y'all see how we are? This is how we are, ladies. This is literally how we are. We won't even rate ourselves. We won't do it. And we know that we have a rating that we would give ourselves. We know that. But we will not rate ourselves. We won't do it.
I'm quiet. Let's see. Kenyatta said people are reading too much in the word average.
I agree. I think average has become a bad word, and I don't know why. I don't know why average has become a bad word. Like average is literally just isn't. I can look up the definition, y'all, but isn't average just a way to identify? Like, is it usually typically there's like a standard to identify? So you look across the board and you say, well, the average is this. That's how they get. So we're looking at all the incomes across the United States, and the average income for women is this. The average income for men is this. The average age of marriage is this and that. It's just an average. Yeah, so I don't know when it became a bad. It's just like a measurement, right? It's just a measurement. So like I don't know when it became a bad thing for somebody to say, yeah, I'm average. Like I'm in the middle, basically. Like I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm an average. Just as like they say, average height for women is what 5'4", 5'3", or 5'4", right? I think that's like so you looked at women, they measure women all across the globe or whatever, and this is the average height of all women. And it's just like I don't know why. Hey, when it became a bad thing, I don't get it.
Woodsy says she don't like that. She don't like that. My cat Donovan said, ladies won't rate themselves, but never hesitate to rate a man. Oh.
Facts.
All right, Donovan. Come on, man. You getting real out here. However, they don't rate the F boys. Why is that? Donovan trying to heat it up. Donovan said, you want that smoke. But that is an interesting point, ladies. So ladies won't rate you won't rate yourself, but you never hesitate to rate a man. But you know what, Donovan? I'm going to slightly disagree, Donovan. I think the ladies do rate themselves. I just think that majority of the time, by nature, they rate themselves high. And I think that's the difference. Like we saw in the video last week, the young lady, she knew for a fact that she was a 10 in her mind. But when she asked those fellas to rate her, they rated her at a 7.5 and an 8. And she couldn't understand why their rating was different than hers. So I think that's a part of what we're seeing. But, you know, let's say we're gonna leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that.
Hey,
let's
y'all.
See, CC said, oh, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. CC said, I rate myself on how I can look at my, let's see. I rate myself on how I can look at myself without the extras. Okay. Yeah, like people say, fresh face straight out the shower. So I ain't mad at that, CC. Let's see. Johnson said, let's see, you didn't ask to rate ourselves. LOL, that's why I asked what is average. No, so we just use an average as regular smuggler. Let's say that was a great definition from Kenyatta.
I like
So
to
would
say
you
something
consider
like-
yourself regular smuggler? Was that
What's
Vince
that,
saying
Vince?
something?
Yeah, I think the problem is that we've been told by our society that average is bad, that everybody should want to be a millionaire. But the people that came before us, who were sharecroppers in Mississippi and in Arkansas, took average jobs at Ford, bought average houses in Detroit, and made great above average families.
Right.
And I think the problem that we have is that average is in some ways seems bad when average is your outcomes. That's what average is. Average is your outcomes. If you think you're above average and your outcomes not above average, then you're average. If your job is average, then you're average. If the man that's attracted to you is average, then you are average. I think the problem is that these people have lied to us to make this money. Well, everybody should be a millionaire. Everybody's not going to be a millionaire.
Nope. Yep, not at all.
But we've been told, unless you're a millionaire, unless you can go to Jamaica and the Bahamas 3-4 times a year, then you're not living your life. But our grandparents didn't do that. They took their average little income and their average little small little churches, and they built great families. But we all of a sudden want to be millionaires.
That's real.
That's the problem, Quay. We got too much pride and too much ego.
That's facts. That's facts right there.
That's the same thing about when we rating ourselves. When we rating ourselves, it's coming from a place of pride. Like we don't really want to. We don't really want to just say, you know what? Without any makeup, without any hair, without any of that, I'm about a 6 or 7. Yeah. About a 6 or a 7 without any of that stuff. But then when I put that stuff on, I'm a banger. You know what I mean? Like, let's just be honest. I'm a cute girl. I've always been the girl next door, just cute girl. That's it. I'm a cute girl. Okay. But then when I do what I do, I be out here banging. Because that's what I do.
Right.
But let's just be honest. When it's just when I get on the show with y'all, I ain't putting no makeup on my face. Now I got a stitch of makeup on. I got some lip gloss on and these glasses. I'm an average girl. You know.
And I think more of it has to do with ego and just a whole lot of cap.
And I'm good with that.
Now I'm very confident, but I know if I stand next to Morris Chestnut, they ain't gonna be looking at Morris Chestnut. I mean, it's just quite funny. But I'm good with that because somebody gonna look at me.
That's
right.
real.
Well, he ain't no better than me. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. He's more good looking than me. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And somebody got more money than me. Yeah, they do. And somebody's taller than me. Yeah, they do. But I'm happy with what I have and what I have to offer.
Right.
That's
But
real.
we all want to be more than what we are because of our ego. If we understood what we really had to offer, then we would have better outcomes. If we understood, okay, I'm an average woman, but I really need to smile. Or I really need to get in the gym. Or I really need to be pleasant.
Right.
I'm an average man, but I knew I needed to make a little bit more higher income to get a more prettier woman. That just is what it is. That's a fact.
Facts. That's real, man. No, that's real right there. Like I said, we definitely understand that. Yeah, so if you want to get something higher, better, however you want to consider it, you definitely got to put that work in. You got to come correct. That is what it is. Let's see. Woodsy said, let's see, this new generation rating and this rating and this and requirements, Lord, take me back. We never did this back in my day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Woodsy?
That's true. Not the same way. Not in the same way.
Yeah, so I was gonna say I think we did it differently.
Mm-hmm.
If I think we did it differently, and I also think that to be honest with you, people's views were different. when it came to other people and themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll respond to it that way. Let's see. Wizzy also said, how much do you need to earn to not be average?
I guess whatever the above average salary is, like I think the average, the average is somewhere between 40 to 50, right?
Yeah, it's like high 40s
40 to
approaching 50.
50,000,
Yeah.
right? So I guess if you earn above that, then you're an above average earner, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think what is it like a 100K and above is considered what high earner.
Yeah, you in like a super low percentage,
Yeah,
basically, of high
so
earners.
I think if to it be considered above average, you need to be making above average. Like you need to be making above average.
Right.
Um, and to be considered a high earner, you have to be earning 100K plus for a certain amount of time consistently. You can't just be like, oh, I did good this year and I hit that number. No, you need to be consistently making that year over year
Right.
to be considered in that next bracket.
Correct. All right, let me get this last comment, then we're gonna hit them closing. Let's see. What's he said? I do need to be in the gym and pay monthly. You know, Wizzy, we ain't about to do it with you. We ain't about to do it with you tonight. I see you about to get started. All right, man. Let's take some closing statements, man. We over 10 o'clock. Let me go to Chloe. I'm gonna go to Vince, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. Chloe, you got anything you want to say in closing before we go?
Only just that, I always hope that, the people who support this platform, we appreciate you guys. I hope that you all come to this conversation always with an open mind. And just know that none of these conversations are ever directed specifically at the people in our comments or on like that's not what we're about. Like picking at people, that's so not what we're about. But you guys coming to the show and sharing your comments and having a conversation with us does help us be able to continue the conversation because we value your input. We need your input and we value your opinions. They're important. But in order for us to have a conversation, there has to be a certain level of honesty in order for us to be able to have a conversation. In order for us to actually move and progress forward, we do have to sometimes say awkward things or talk about awkward things or have hard conversations because where else are we going to be able to have these conversations and actually be able to affect some kind of change? Like this is a platform. That's what we're here for. Of course, it's entertaining, but at the same time, the real purpose of the show is for us to grow together, for us to change some of our mindsets, for us to learn, and maybe for us to do some self-examination and do some reflection and be able to, really heal. That's the whole point. In order to heal, you got to have a self-conversation. So I just hope that, when you guys come to the show, that you know that. And that this is not a platform where we want to just do any kind of bashing. Like we just want to be on here just bashing people all the time. That's just definitely not what this platform is about. It has never been about that. So we appreciate you guys coming and engaging with us and having a conversation with us.
For sure. As always. Let me go down to my guy Vince. Is he still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here. I just had to turn my cam off. I got two babies here, man. I be on cam as long as I can, but when the baby start crying and somebody got to go use the bathroom, I got to do my father thing.
Hey, I ain't mad, man.
But I love these conversations, and I like to get on here just because I have so much wealth of knowledge and wealth of experience. And I think when we have this conversation, just understanding everybody has a gift. Everybody has something that God has given them. And it's not about money. It's not about looks. It's about what you can offer to another person in regards to love. It's not about making six figures. It's not about being a 10. It's about understanding what you have to offer in your heart and in your mind and in your purpose. And I think that once we get to that point and stop letting social media and this world tell us these lies, especially for our Black women, You know, they've lied to keep you guys single. They've lied to keep men out the home. They've lied to keep you in poverty. And that it is what it is. So, you know, we just have to come to understanding that we have to figure out what can we do to change some things, because we're not bossing up. We still at the bottom. If you look at every gradable aspect, Black Americans are at the bottom, period. And most of it has to do with our family structure.
Right.
So until we get that together, we will not be successful.
No, that's real right there, man. That's real, man. I appreciate that closeout. I'm just gonna say this, Lester, then we're gonna get on out of here. I don't want to hold it up too long, but man, we got to get real out here. Yeah, we got to get real, man. Some of these mindset issues that we've taken on, this settling, this single by choice, man, this stuff is not helping us. Yeah, to keep it a buck. I don't know anybody, and I mean anybody. I don't know anybody who wants to be single by choice. And I'm talking old, young, all of that. So some of this stuff we really do. We got to stop with the cap.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, don't nobody want to be no single by choice. You might have done tricked yourself into thinking that. But you don't want to be single by choice, because if that right dude came along tomorrow and was like, let's make it happen, sis, you about to do that. And that go for the fellas as well. If that right female came along, or better yet, if you found that right female tomorrow and she accepted your invitation, you about to do that. Some of this stuff we got to shed and let some of this stuff go. Yeah, but I'm going to go back to something that Donovan said on one of the previous shows. And he said, well, what's the solution? This particular one right here, one of the solutions right out the gate is to hold ourselves accountable. Yep, instead of trying to make up all of these words, these phrases, trying to get around this, get around that, you know, we get called out and we immediately want to put it on the other sex. Instead of doing all of that, let's hold ourselves accountable and move differently. Yeah, we got to own this stuff. Some of us in our 30s and our 40s and our 50s, we know we was out here making trash decisions. We know we wasn't moving right. But we don't have all of this time that we just think we have. And we don't have all this time to just keep waiting around like somebody just going to drop some man in your lap. Don't work like that. Yeah, you were saying that 10 years ago. He still ain't fell in your lap. So that should tell you something. It don't work like that. So, man, we really got to look at our mindset. We really got to start holding ourselves accountable for the way we moving and some of these decisions we making. And then I think, or better yet, I know, once we do those two things out the gate, our outcomes are going to improve. So, man, shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. Shout out to my guy Donovan, Ray Cribbs in the building, Woodsy in the building, CC in the building, Jocelyn in the building, Kenyatta in the building, Erica Webb in the building. I said, Erica ain't joined us in a minute. You got to come back and join us some more, E-Webb. I don't know if she's still on here. We appreciate you popping up, joining us today. Shout out to my panel. Shout out to Chloe. Shout out to my guy Vince. Or better, I'm going to start calling Vince Papa Vince over there. Shout out to my guy always repping on the panel. Chloe always repping on the panel every Wednesday night. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, we're going to have these conversations. We run from no topics. We ain't scared. But we're here to affect some change. Yes, a lot of folks out here yapping, talking, but they ain't doing nothing. Yeah, we're trying to go about this a different way and bring the platform to have these conversations so that we can get to some solutions, we can get the perspectives from everybody, and hopefully the things that we discuss or the gems that are dropped will help somebody in our community. And that's really what we're trying to do. So, man, shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Man, this is Kandid Konvos. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Wednesday night. I said we go hot on YouTube. We go hot on Facebook. I said, man, definitely if you come in to join us, we appreciate you as always. Definitely bring a friend out with you the next time you come. Hit that share, hit that like. Let's say we appreciate it. Help us out with the algorithm. But man, this is Kandid Konvos. We're going to get on and get up out of here for tonight. We will catch you guys next Wednesday for another hot banger of a show. We will see you then. Take it easy and have an awesome night.